Coming up, complaints regarding access to social services benefits addressed during a press conference. Also, job seekers showing up for the big game recruitment drive. And tonight, a local doctor examines high salt content and its potential impact on the skin. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Rolf-Arkus, and as always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping the news tonight, the Disaster Reconstruction Authority holding a press conference today to address concerns from residents regarding access to social services benefits. Italia Hall has the latest. The managing director for the Disaster Reconstruction Authority, Kay Forbes-Smith, and officials at the Grand Bahama Social Services coming together to address complaints by residents regarding access to social services benefits. Assistant Director of Social Services, Paula Marshall, says the Department of Social Services officers were affected by Hurricane Dorian, and as a result, services have been limited.
The limited space that we have has resulted in us only being able to service a certain amount of persons every single day. So the offices that we're using in the National Insurance Building, we try to accommodate as much as 30 to 40 people a day, and we close at 2 o'clock.
Offices in the Sun Plaza will be opened on Monday, January 20th. She says the department recognizes that persons are looking for assistance with furniture and appliances.
The government has made the decision to give assistance with beds. We normally do assistance with beds. We are also giving some assistance to persons in terms of appliances, but is specifically for refrigerators, stoves, and it also mentions a microwave.
She says that false information has been posted on social media and persons must beware. Marshall adds that assistance will only be given to hurricane victims who have been assessed. It was announced that the government home repair program will be launched in February as well. The managing director says it will be a coordinated effort.
What the authority is attempting to do on Grand Bahama is to organize as best we can all of the home repair program projects that are going on with all of the international NGOs, as well as other churches as well, because we believe if we do not coordinate the home repair program properly, you may find a situation where some people are going to be receiving much more help, and there may be others that will receive no help at all.
And as it relates to the cleanup of the island, Forbes-Smith says the government is in the process of cleaning all public and private areas.
I think people are a bit frustrated because there's the perception that the cleaning isn't happening, but the cleaning is a constant thing, because you would imagine when the hurricane first, the first set of cleanup probably took place about 2 weeks after the hurricane or thereabouts, and people had debris that they had to clean out of their house. Now people are looking at what I call the reconstruction and rebuilding debris, because now they're taking off their roof tiles, they're taking off shingles, and so this cleanup is not going to really end until people's homes have been totally repaired.
Italia Hall, ZNS Network News. And on the issue of misinformation, a number of flyers have been circulating on social media purporting that the government has established several grants under the Ministry of Social Services. Well, tonight, one woman is warning residents who may be in need of assistance to disregard this bit of information, as she had to pay a great price. She says it was a moment of hope as she received several messages from friends excited about a new so-called government grant that she may qualify for. Taniska McKenzie has suffered from lupus for many years now and was excited that among the many flyers she received, the grants included assistance for pharmaceutical, medical equipment, and prosthetic needs, among many others.
So I rented a vehicle and I drove myself down to NIB building where social services is now located, and somebody came down to assist me because that building doesn't have an elevator access. So she was explaining to me that they are aware of the flyers, but it was a hoax. It's not real.
But that hope was quickly dashed with despair once she realized that those flyers were from the Ministry of Social Development and Family Services, a ministry that is not part of the Bahamas government, but rather Trinidad. She admits that the names are so close that she did not see that red flag.
Normally, we just know it as social services. We don't know in depth, at least we don't take it to know the full name. Everybody just says social services, and you know what social services is, you know where they are, you know what they do. So it seemed pretty much legit.
She says it was a gut-wrenching experience.
You know, about 3 of those flyers, I said, personally, I could have benefited from, you know, and not just by want, but really needing the assistance for those things. Because they have one part when they, on the flyer, it was a grant for prosthesis. Everybody know I've been trying to raise money to get double hip replacement. I need prosthesis. Because of the medication I took over the years for lupus, it does brittle bones. I need dental work, you know. So I was like, wow, I could get my dental work. As a young lady, I want to be able to smile, you know. And because of the medication, I'm no longer able to, you know, the way that I would want to. So, you know, there were several different flyers and grants that I could really benefited from, and was very excited and hopeful that it was true.
Unfortunately, she ended up in the hospital later that evening.
I was willing. I had to pay for that night, and I'm riding around seeking pain medication because with the driving and my inability to walk, you know, you just need one foot, your right foot. So I'm there and I'm driving around, and from the brakes to the gas, to the brakes to the grass, to the gas, you know, that causes pain. So that night I ended up riding around Memorial Hospital seeking assistance to get help for pain management.
Now, Tanisca says she knows of many persons who have fallen for these flyers and is warning the public to now do their due diligence before getting their hopes up too high. We contacted a representative of the Social Services Department who has confirmed that many other persons have been coming to the local office to inquire about these grants. However, no official statement has yet to be made that these flyers are in no way associated with the Bahamas Department of Social Services. Well, meantime, the Grand Bahama Christian Council has some concerns as well during this rebuilding and recovery phase. Tonight, the president of the council is appealing to the conscience of the business community during what he calls a challenging time for consumers. Jamil Mizik picks up this story.
It's been 4 months post-Hurricane Dorian, but many residents are still in the recovery and rebuilding process. And Grand Bahama Christian Council President, Reverend Robert Lockhart, says some issues and concerns have been expressed by community members about challenges with businesses taking advantage of them at this most vulnerable time.
I just would like to encourage businesses. I know the goal of business is to make money, but I would just encourage businesses of all kinds, those that provide building materials, food, especially those things that are necessary, food and building materials, people that are involved in the building field, contractors, masons, carpenters, electricians. We want to encourage them to be fair, provide, let their prices be what is fair market value, but at the same time, we would encourage them not to, at this time is not the time to take advantage of persons who might have no other avenue, no other place that they can go.
He's also making an appeal to the powers that be who are overseeing these areas to ensure that the public is protected.
Especially during this time by entities from outside or inside, and so that we can all continue to work together. We do want to see our business community get back on its feet and see businesses do well, but at the same time we need to do this together because we want to see families get back on their feet and see individuals get back on their feet and do well, and so we have to all work together to make it happen. And so that's something we would want to encourage to all parties involved, and let's make it work together.
Jamila Mizik, ZNS Network News.
In other news, Big Game Resort out of Bimini recruiting potential employees here on Grand Bahama. Officials have been meeting on the island for the past 2 days and are hoping for the best and brightest to join their team. Italia Hall picks up the story.
Several Grand Bahama residents turned out for the recruitment exercise by the Big Game Resort. General Manager Deandra Sweeting says it was important for them to come to Grand Bahama to give residents an opportunity to apply, as there are a number of positions available.
Also, we know the after effects of Hurricane Dorian have left a lot of persons without employment, and then even those before that may not have had a job prior to. This would be a good opportunity for them to, make a change. Well, yesterday it was a bit disappointing. We had maybe 10 or 12 persons that came by. We did interview all of them. So this morning, it was really well. We met a few persons here.
She says they are looking for persons in all departments.
Maintenance department, we're looking for a carpenter, a painter, but we're also open to general workers in the department. Housekeeping, we're looking for room attendants, persons to assist in the laundry, front desk, so it's resort-wide. Food and beverage is a big department that we're looking for: waitresses, bus persons, and then cooks.
And for persons that were not a part of the recruitment exercise at the Pelican Bay Resort, she says you can call the resort in Bimini.
I know there is a flyer posted on social media, on Facebook. There are paper flyers around Bimini, and we've sent some to Freeport. And on that flyer and on those social media postings is an email address, biggamehr@biggameclubbimini.com would be where you can send your resume. There's an online application, and then you can forward your documents to that email as well.
She says they are looking for employees with skills.
We are a very small resort. We have 51 rooms. We're not as large as the Hilton or other brands in the Bahamas and on Family Island. So we're basically looking for persons that are willing to think outside the box. A lot of our employees come from various economic backgrounds, different islands, so someone that's willing to work in a family-oriented environment. We are very involved in each other's, I wouldn't say lives, but we care for one another. So if that's what you're looking for, that's the type of resort we are.
Now the general manager says that they are looking to hire about 20 persons between February and March of this year. It's Talia Hall, ZNS Network News.
Thank you, Tally. Well, the Grand Bahama Port Authority and Port Group Limited announcing the appointment of Philshire Grant as Director of Group Corporate Affairs and Government Relations at the Port Group Limited. Port President Ian Roll noting that Grant's appointment comes as the Port Authority continues to strategically position the organization to execute its responsibilities to residents in the most effective and efficient way. He says they remain focused on their vision to improve the quality of life for everyone in Grand Bahama and to provide high-performance service in the areas of utility, city management, and business development. Now, Acting Chairman Sarah St. George says as the Port Authority continues restoration efforts, they will engage the public more frequently to provide relevant and timely information. She says they anticipate progressive improvements in service to the Freeport community and, by extension, Grand Bahama Island. In her new capacity, Grant is charged with leading engagement plans and initiatives with key stakeholders, media and public relations, hurricane preparedness, government relations, and managing strategy process for the Grand Bahama Utility Company. Don't go away just yet. When we come back, a local doctor examining the link between current water quality and an apparent increase in skin irritations. Stay with us.